I will start with salt. So what we gonna do?
Exactly. Irresistible. I'll do the same. Almost. I want to be there.
It's so perfect. Oh.
Perfection picture. Great, huh? It's not pretty, but it's fantastic. But damn.
Oh.
Hello, sir. Oh, howdy, guys and gals. It's MusicDane back again with another episode of, as you can see, kitchen. It's probably going to be about food. Yeah, I spoiled the surprise. It's going to be about food today. I like do-it-yourself stuff outside and building roofs and making reviews about lawnmowers and stuff. But you know what? Today it's going to be about food again. It's going to be a recipe. It's going to be one of my favorite own recipes. It's going to be tuna mousse. And tuna mousse is one of my favorites because you can put it in all kinds of breads, baguettes, flutes, sandwiches. You just name it. It doesn't matter where you put it. It's going to be a success anyway. As the name implies, it's with tuna and some cottage cheese. That is the main ingredients. I'm going to show the rest in a moment, how to fix it. But I'm promising you guys, this is a very fast dish to do. You can do it daily life. And I'm sure you can, I swear to you, your children is going to like it too. Granny's also going to like it. Everybody's going to like it, with or without teeth. This is chewable for us all. Perfect tuna mousse deluxe from MusicDane coming up. Are you ready, guys? So let's start mixing it up. And so guys, as you can see here, that is the total amount of ingredients for this dish. To your left, you have the tuna. That's 5 cans. 5 cans of about 105 grams drained weight per can. So yeah, it's about half a kilo of tuna. So what you do with this meat, you can see it, I already did it. I took it apart with a couple of forks because you cannot just put it with chunks in it. So what you do is you separate the meat, and then it's a little bit more easy to mix it with the other stuff. And here you have the cottage cheese. Again, about half a liter. And yeah, I'll show you later why it looks like this and later it will not look like this. My own homemade mayo. I think you can find my recipe for that somewhere on my channel. I know it's there. You can go there and check it out. And then we have our spring onions here. That's about 10, 12, medium different size of, but you know that you get the picture. They look like this. And yeah, 10 about this. And then 4 to 6 garlics like this. We're gonna crush them later, and not only crush them, we're actually gonna mush them through this pressing tool. Then I think the most important ingredient of the herbs is the parsley here, and that's 2 full tots. I don't know how to explain how much that is, but we get them in bundles here, and I took 2 bundles, but you get the picture. You can see how much it is. They're fresh, and of course they're flushed underwater. Then you add some lemon juice, and you add some white pepper, and this is important that you don't use black pepper. So this dish, it must be white pepper. Many people, they think, no, you can use normal pepper, but no, you cannot. And here we have the salt. It's fine salt that's gonna be, gently applied in the end to taste. So that's it, guys. This is ingredients. These are the ingredients we are going to make the dish now. Well, the first thing you gotta do is to take your cottage cheese and put it in a blender like this, with this bowl. And because it's very, very important that this part is followed. The trick is to add a little bit of water, and this is really weird. I guess people think, why is that necessary? But it's too thick, cottage cheese. So if you don't give a little bit of water, you will not get a creamy consistency, or yeah, you know what I mean. So and as you can see here, I don't know if you can see it, it's not enough. It still have a little bit of curly bubbles here. It should not be like this. It should be not this coarse, so we give it a little bit more water. In this case, actually, it was almost a full deciliter to this. That is it. Nice and fluffy. And the reason why I'm doing this is because otherwise it will not mix with the other ingredients. But let me show you. So It's almost like whipped cream. Perfect. The next step is to somehow get all this parsley down here. And well guys, because everybody keeps telling me that size do matter, so they say, I managed to change my procedure a bit. I went up in size. I took the bigger blender, and I did that because I realized that if I'm going to put all this stuff in here except the tuna, then it's gonna be a too small blender. So what I did is I took the other one. So guys, again, if you don't have blenders, just use a mixer. But here we go. I chose the bigger option. So let's just continue what I was doing. I was doing this mixing of parsley in this, and we gotta continue doing that. So let's do that, and here we go. So we have blended the parsley, then we add the mayonnaise. Not so easy here. Blending. And when you're done doing that, it's time for the garlic. These are gonna have to be pressed into it. It's not gonna be cut, it has to be pressed. With a tool like this. The taste of the garlic into the tuna mousse much better this way. So 6 smaller ones I had to put here because they were so ridiculously small that yeah, usually I would say 4, but then it's time for the lemon juice, and that's I would say maximum a small teaspoon like this. What is equivalent, and I think it's about 1 teaspoon. That's what I usually use. Not too much, and this is white pepper, not black. So then 1 teaspoon, and then 1 teaspoon of fine salt. Guess what? Blending again. Anyway, we reached our goal. We have this nice creamy substance here. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like some kind of ice, maybe pistachio ice. And but trust me, that means that you have reached the goal. Yes, so what you're going to do now is you have your tuna here, which is, well, taken apart, you know, with forks, like I explained. It is very important. Now the big important thing is to just add all this nice stuff here. And so when you've got all that down there, and I think I forgot to say in the beginning that this tuna, it has to be in water. It's not tuna in oil, that don't work. It has to be in water. So tuna in water is the trick here. It's also more healthy this way, right? And now it starts to look a little bit like this mousse what I was aiming for. So when we're done doing that, we put that aside, lick our fingers, which I already washed. That is, you know, tradition. And I'm gonna chop this spring onions. Sure. Now you have your spring onions. It looks like a lot, but now you'll see the magic come together, because you think, okay Lars, MusicDane, you know what you did? You made slush ice with tuna taste. No, we did not, because you know the consistency here, this, you know, the texture of this is actually supposed to be this thin, because all the magic now happens when you add these. You know, you have an option also to take a red bell pepper, chop it into cubes, and add this too, if you want a little bit more coarse mixture. But you know, this is my recipe, and it's gonna be only with spring onions. So when we're done doing that, same. this is it. And then you put it in your fridge. And I suggest at least a couple of hours to make the ingredients settle. And if you could be here, you could already smell it. It has a very nice smell. This mix of a little bit of garlic, the parsley. Of course I can smell the fish, but not too brutally. Spring onions is actually dominating right now, but that will stop after a couple of hours in the fridge. So as you can see, done. So here it is, my friends. Lars' Tuna Mousse Deluxe, of course. Ready to serve, almost. It's going to go nicely outside by the grill. I'm gonna heat up some baguettes. I invited my wife, and we're gonna enjoy this in a moment. But first, you know, a couple of hours in fridge, and then we're going trick, you know, cut, and then suddenly we're out there. You know how it works, guys. And yeah, we're gonna serve this in the baguettes, and guys, it's yummy. I mean, if I was not a well-behaved young man, you know, I would not be able to resist this. But since I have manners, you know, I can control myself, because otherwise there will be nothing left. So I'm just gonna finish it off by saying, you know, guys, this one is gonna be at all times greatest on any table. I promise you. This is easy. You can see how easy it is to make it, and everybody likes it. I swear, even the children, everybody. This is nice. So we'll see you in a couple of hours, and we'll put this in some baguettes, and you'll see how nice that looks. And just like magic, guys, now we're outside. And wifey there, as you remember, I said, yeah, hvad siger du?
I hope.
Yeah. And so that's why we don't use two microphones today, because, and we are not gonna babble a lot. This is just the last part of this video where we're gonna eat. So in a moment I'm gonna start up our grill. Baguettes already on the table, tuna mousse in the fridge. Like I told you, it takes a couple of hours. A little bit of salad, veggies cut by wifey. So guys, we will start up our grill. So guys, 2 burners only. It's only for the bread. And so we're gonna close down our guy here. And I'm gonna bring the bread in. No, it was on the table. I'm gonna bring the tuna mousse. One moment. And our bread. Ciabatta. Our local store have them. They're okay price. It's about $1 for this pretty big bread. And under usual circumstances, that would be enough for 2 people, I think, especially if we put all this tuna mousse inside. But yeah, in this family, it's maybe not completely true. But you will see in a moment they'll go to our grill. And then soon it's time to eating. We're almost there. See, tuna mousse, veggies, and bread is on the grill. We're just waiting for the final, yeah, namski. You cannot imagine how this we look.
I'm so crazy about this.
Yeah.
I'm so crazy.
I hear about it quite often, but you know, and it's really weird why we don't do it more often, because this is really actually a very simple dish.
Yeah.
And it lasts for many days after, trust me. So yeah, it's a little bit weird why we don't do it more often, but maybe that is something that we can remedy. Yeah. So guys, as you can see here, we have some bread which are ready to serve. So here comes the feast. So here we go. You want a quarter or you want a half?
Half. I will start
Yeah.
myself.
Okay. Let's go. You know what?
Nah.
I think I'm gonna help you a little bit,
Exactly.
because they are
Oh, it's a hole.
steaming.
Oh. Wow.
It's goody. Ow.
Yeah.
Also a little bit for me. So.
So what we gonna do?
Exactly. Irresistible.
Absolutely.
Simply. Yeah. I'll do the same. Almost. Yeah.
Just look at it.
Yeah. And then one moment. I want to be there.
It's so perfect. Oh.
I think this is a perfection picture. Oi.
Perfect.
Guys, seriously, I think this is perfection.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Like I didn't eat enough yesterday, and we're also gonna do it today. And how to attack this, it's gonna be a mess. But, guys, great, huh? It's not pretty, but it's fantastic. I know I'm not aesthetically perfect, but damn. No. I probably have it all over my face. Do I have it on my nose?
It's okay.
Yeah, okay. Man. Guys. Recommendable. One moment. I'm gonna show you my wife.
Oh,
See?
just so tasty.
Yeah.
It's
And we are grisebasser. We are porkies.
yeah.
But, sorry guys, but when you have a tuna sandwich like this, with tuna mousse and not just tuna, what can you do? Show me.
Highly recommended.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yummy.
Back to Sweden. Back to the ugly one. Yeah. Okay, guys. That was it for today. That was tuna mousse in some baguettes. Quite simple dish, basically. I think you can do it every day in daily life, but wow, is this luxury food. You could live like kings and queens. Or pigs. Maybe even like pigs.
Yeah.
I love this dish. And guys, in a pita, just add corn. Not a bad thing either. I can continue being a pig. But will it give me subscribers? My wife again. Do you think she's better?
I don't care.
No. Okay.
Just incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's seriously fantastic.
Yeah.
No?
I have friend.
You have a friend?
Of course.
Yeah.
I have friend Olga. Привет.
Ah.
If you're watching.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And when she visited us a couple years ago, many years ago actually, and tried first time this tuna mousse, it became her favorite. One of her favorite fish. I should be careful. One of your favorite fish. Fish?
This.
Fish.
Is it fishy?
Maybe fish.
But yeah, I think so.
Tuna, it's a fish. So
I know I changed her opinion about tuna. That you can make a dish with fish,
Yeah.
which is so to be relished.
Yeah.
See how I could do rhyme? Doing rhyme.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that was it from MusicDane. That was hello
And wife.
and wife. Tuna mousse deluxe. LLAs, of course. MusicDane over and out.